Good afternoon, everyone. I won't say I hope everyone is happy because I can definitely understand that everyone is pissed off. I mean, seriously, what the hell is it going to take for some people to wake up and smell that coffee and realise that this manager is not good enough for the English Premier League, let alone good enough for us? He is not a good manager. I'm looking on X and Facebook, and there are still people defending this manager who are saying, give him some more time, give him some more players. Really? I mean, seriously, I don't know what some people are smoking, but it definitely ain't a bloody joint. I think it goes further than that. What more is it going to take for people to realise that at this moment in time, it is embarrassing to be a Spurs fan? Yes, we've always had crap on our case. Yes, we've always done stupid things at Spurs and whatever, that it can just be, you know, like, oh, it's Spurs, isn't it? But what is going on? It is embarrassing. Wolves have not scored more than 2 goals in 2025 so far. I mean, the way some of the players were today as well, they deserve the stick as well. No two ways about that. But honestly, this manager is going to come up against Eintracht Frankfurt. They are third in their league. Okay, we got a draw out of them. Fair enough. But we're going to their place next. Do you think they're just going to shut up shop and sit back? No, they're not. They're third in their league for a reason. They ain't been great for a good month or two, but we have not been great or even good for 18, 19, nearly 20 months now. And people still defend this manager. Some people understand it's not personal. I don't even know the fella. He's probably a nice guy. He's probably quality to have a beer with, but he is a shit manager. He cannot coach. I mean, seriously, the way he coaches on the side, we don't know what goes on behind. I mean, but the players must get more inspired when they go to bed to sleep than with that clown standing on the side the way he does. What is it going to take for some of you lot? When I mean you lot, I just mean Spurs fans in general, to really just admit it. It ain't working. I mean, for me, this ain't a thing about being wrong or being right and I told you so and all this. Yeah, a few of us have said, me being one of them, like in the aspect of, we've been saying this has been going on for a long time, but it's not a ha, I told you so, I got one over on you. I couldn't give a shit. I could not care less. I mean, we are at a point where other fans in other clubs are begging for us to keep Ange Postecoglou as our manager. Doesn't that just tell you everything? Like we did when Arsenal first had Arteta. Please keep him. Yeah, well, look where they are. Look where they are. What I saw out there, why I even wasted the money on my electric to watch that game, that was savage. That was bad. And I mean bad. That was terrible. I mean, I'm going to say something. I've said Solanke, we don't play him the right way. We don't play most of our managers the right way. Players, sorry. We don't play most of them the right way. I get that. But I never thought I would actually say it. From what I saw today, I think Solanke could even be worse than fucking Richie. That is how bad he played today. He played that bad today that fans were saying, bring on Richarlison. Did anybody on here ever think they was going to be sitting here saying that? If you do, please tell me. Fair play to you. But, and then, did anyone see the press conference? I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it, but I read it. He turns around and says, no, we're not happy after a loss. No shit, Sherlock. But we've been doing it for 19, 20 odd months. We ain't been happy for a long time. And then he turns around and says, in this press conference, after nobody is happy, he turns around and says he's fucking happy with the way they played today. Somebody please get this prick out of this club. I know that is a raw thing to say about the man, but what else do you want me to call a manager of this lack of capability? I mean, you get people on the side saying, well, you ain't a coach. What would you know and everything? You're just an armchair or keyboard warrior. Fine, maybe I am. But you ain't nothing different either. You're just sitting on the armchair, typing on the keyboard. But when I say this, I genuinely mean it. I honestly think me, Sava, Stel, Alex, Lubo, I don't know, get any of you in here. I think we could manage this team better than this fucking idiot. Get him out of this club. I don't know what people want me to say. I don't know what people want other people to say about being positive. Give me something to be positive about. You want respect, you earn respect. No, but we're just negative. We're just stupid. What would we know? Fine, maybe we have been negative, but what has there to be possible about in the past, let's just say year and a half, to just call it that? What has there actually been to be positive about? Okay, we got to a couple of cups. Not the finals, but we've done all right in the cups. Okay, we're still in the Europa Cup. 17 games this fella has lost in the league. I don't know if it's still that. I know before the game started, we were still at a point where it wasn't going to happen. But we were still at a point where on paper, we could still get relegated. I think after Ipswich game today, I think that's basically stopped that. But on paper, we could still get relegated. Is that not bad enough? What are we now? 16th, 17th? 16th, I think it is. Give or take. But you know what? Who gives a fuck? 16, 17, they're as bad as each other. The only ones behind us, I think it's West Ham in that aspect. If we did not have 3 teams like Southampton, Leicester, and Ipswich sitting at the bottom there, we would be in the relegation. Spurs would be going down. And people still say, give this man time. Give him some more money. I mean, they're saying it's not his fault. It's all down to the players. Yeah, some of the players, they deserve stick. But these tactics are absolutely shocking. How many more times do we need to get caught down on our right-hand side? How many more pictures has people got to come up with? Sava, the main one, and still, where we've got 2 defenders at the back, about 30 foot from each other, with 4 players of the opposite team going at them. I mean, honestly, what is it going to take for some people going to wake up and smell the coffee here? This manager is shit. He is not good enough for the Premier League. Stick him in Scotland. Go back to Celtic, mate. Go back, win another treble. Please. Fuck off. I'm just at a point where I really don't know what to say anymore. I mean, Alex hits the nail on the head when he turns around and says, it's getting boring. It is. Because every game, let's say 8 out of 10. Because we've had some good results. Yeah. Like I care right now. But we watched the game. We conceded the goal. What was it? 3 minutes it took Wolves to score? Or was it 4? 3 or 4 minutes? Really? And I just honestly, I don't know where to go with this anymore. With Alex says, we're bored of it. It's the same goal every bloody game. So we sit there and talk about, yeah, that right-hand side, it's the inverted wing-back crap. Yeah. It goes on and on and on. And then it turns out that it goes to the tactics out and all. So we talk about the tactics, basically repeating ourselves, what we've been saying for the past, like I said, just call it 18 months. And then it goes from the tactics to the manager, on how the manager can't change, or the manager won't change, or the manager ain't got a clue. What the hell is he doing? Give him time, whatever. And then obviously it goes off to Daniel Levy. Well, I'm sorry on that one. I'm all Levy out, but Levy does not control what happens on that pitch. He does not sit there and say, Ange, you play with 2 inverted wing backs and 2 defenders. He doesn't. I mean, why has he actually kept him here? That is the question I think everyone asks. I think there's more behind it than that, but I can go into that. And then one more thing, one more point before I start saying hello to some people. Ange even turns around and says he thinks there's a leak at the club. Yeah, he said it. He thinks there's a leak at the club where there's someone in there sitting in the dressing room, I don't know, sending messages to their mate at Wolves on these are the players we're going to play and this is how we're going to play. No, Ange, everybody knows how you're going to play. 5 or 6 different managers have stood on that fucking pitch or wherever and said, yeah, it was Spurs. We knew what to do. And it's about the same in the players. And he stands there and goes on about it. He thinks it's because we got a leak. We don't need a leak in the club. Everybody knows what we're going to do. When you watch the game, I bet you 90% of people on here, you literally know pass for pass what we're going to do. Some people still go on about Ange like they love the attacking football. They love his style. What is actually attacking about this football? I mean, okay, first 10 games, the ball was going forward. Playing attacking football, for me, that's a straight pass up front. Passing straight up front. We pass about as straight as a fucking roundabout. It just goes round. Sideways. Seriously. It was like Wolves took the piss out of us. 2-0 up to them. They slowed down. 2-1. Right, come on, Spurs. Pull your finger out. Let's try and get into this game. Wolves sit back and then just, do you know what? Nah. 3-1. Then we get it to 3-2. Come on, Spurs. You can at least get a draw out of this. Come on. Or should is the word. There's no we will beat a team anymore. Or I'm sure that we're going to beat this team. It should. We should be beating Southampton. We should be beating bloody Wolves. And that is what it has come to on how low and standards this club has got. But we've got a leak at the fucking club. Somebody play Levy, if you are listening on here by any chance or any manner on this planet, do us a favour, mate. Sack this fucking idiot now. We even sacked Martin Yo at half time in the history. I'm sure everyone knows it. Half time. What more is it going to take? How much more embarrassment do we really have to go through to get this clown out of this club? I mean, I don't usually use long, posh words, but it's diabolical is the word for this. I don't usually use words like that, but that is what it is. It is absolutely shocking. We are an embarrassment. Mark, how you doing, mate? Silly question, I know, but I hope everything's well for you. Big up, Dan. Disappointing again. Disappointing. I think you're being nice there, if I'm going to tell the truth, fella. Daryl Denton. Yes, mate. Big up to you. Spurs will. Let's hope your internet's good. Yeah, it's all sorted now, mate. And Phil Coyes, big up, Dan. Big up to you, mate. And John saying, Ange out now. What a fraud. That was Turkey on We Are Spurs TV. Yes, mate. That was a lot of things. I can come up with a lot more things that was. But big up anyway. Cold shot. Thank God I slept in today. Just looked at the highlights, laughed my arse off. Mate, just stay in bed. Just don't even bother anymore. And Sen 2004, just saying fracture, fucking fracture. And anyone who wants this manager at this club is as a fast call as well. Mate, I'm with you 1,000,000% on that one. Seriously, how can anybody want this man at our club? I can even get it. Some things in life you'll never understand unless it happens to you. You won't, but you get it. Other things, it just goes over. You don't get it or understand it. I don't even get this or understand this. I get that some people wanted to stick by him. I didn't. I know a lot of others didn't, but I know a lot did. And I get it was like, come on, we don't want to see another manager. We don't want to go through this process. We don't want to do that. Yeah. And I don't want to catch the bloody flu either. But if I do, I know I've got to take medication for it. I mean, and they hung on to him. But then even those sort of people turned around and said, you know what? It's gone too far now. The man's got to go. But there is still, from what I read, I can't give a proper percentage. I ain't got the maths on it and everything. But I would say there is still half this fan base that want this manager at this club. What do you want? What do you expect out of football? Football for me, yeah, it's a sport. And what do you do for sport? Yes, all right, I get it. You play for a bit, you play for fun, you enjoy it, whatever. Not at this level, you don't. There's people who play at this level who don't even like the bloody game, and it's a job to them and do a tenfold better job than anything of half those Spurs players do, playing for that fucking clown. And people say he ain't lost the dressing room. He's lost the fucking plot, that's for sure. But people still want him. Why? I can't get my head around this one. I just really cannot even get it. Why anybody now would want this man. And Mark again, pick up, mate. Our club is a mess, Dan. Mate, do you know what, fella? You know I like you. But that is the understatement of a century for me. This club is a mess. We are a fucking shambles. Not only are we an embarrassment to ourselves, the way we play today, that was embarrassing to football. Someone in League Two would have come out and fucking give us a grilling now. That was embarrassing to football. That was that bad today. Some people might just say, yeah, but we scored 2. You're going over the top of bollocks. They just laid back and let us bloody do it. If anyone can't see that today, along with several other games I could go, 16 other games I can go through that are basically embarrassing the way they play, well, you got what you wanted. We kept Ange. Levy stuck by his manager like so many people wanted him to. Come thick or thin. Stick by your manager, Levy. He did it. He spent the money on him. He got the attacking manager. I mean, if you call this attacking football, then fuck knows. But I don't call this attacking football. I just know there's a lot of Spurs fans that do. And he gave a lot of Spurs fans what they wanted. But then people started to wake up and like, hang on a minute. This ain't working. Something's not right here. Yeah. And he has done what a lot of the fan base want. And for the fans out there still saying, give him more time. Give him another 100, 200 million so he can get the players he wants. I mean, what's he going to do next? Get his wife on the fucking pitch? He might as well. He probably shows, God, if he shows the same sort of passion with that he shows on the side of the pitch, wow. Sympathy there. And people want to give this man another £200 million. I don't usually get rattled by things. And trust me, this ain't rattled. This is just pissed off. This prick has got to go. JSY talks about football. Big up, Dan. Big up to you, mate. Mark's saying again, we are just a banter club. Mate, we are. We are embarrassment. We are the laughing stock of the Premier League right now, if not football itself. And Raymatic Renegade, evening mush. Dig here, brother. How you doing? And Mighty Cockerel, we are finishing 17th. Yes, we. I said to people, yeah, and I got told that there was only 2 that agreed with me on this. I mean, I said to people, do you know what? I said it at Christmas. If this keeps going on this way, we're going to be in a relegation battle. No, not a chance. We ain't that bad, whatever. We aren't that bad. We ain't that bad. Yeah, we are. The only reason we really ain't looking over our shoulder is because the other 3 teams are that crap and they've basically gone down. And that is that. That is all there is to it. And Coys87, big up to you, mate. Crap club. The Mighty Cockerel. Dan, what are we going to talk about that we haven't already talked about? Exactly. I said that at the start before I even read your comment, didn't I? Week in, week out, it's the same crap. My favourite saying on here, same Spurs, different day. Same Spurs, different game. Same Spurs, same fucking club. We are literally on that pitch. We are a waste of space. We might as well not even turn up. We got to play Liverpool soon. Again. We go and play again. We go and play like that against Liverpool at Anfield, if I remember. It is at Anfield, if I'm right. When I say those players are going to become walking back like John Wayne, that is a fucking understatement. Because they are going to get absolutely shafted. And then the manager will just stand there like that and say we had a, like, he's happy with the players. Fucking idiots. Koi's 87. They're going to rip us apart. I'll take it you meant from what I said earlier. Sorry I'm behind on the fan base. I had to let it out. But you're right, mate. They are going to tear us a new one, Frankfurt. And there was me thinking we had a chance. And just give me a minute. I just got to send a link out to someone. There we go, mate. And then the Boomverse, 17 months ago, has led to 17 losses. And the thing is, it ain't even a loss a month. I mean, mate, it is absolutely shocking. We are going to lose more than 20 games this season. More than 20 games. Out of 38. More than 20 games. Any other team that does that gets relegated. Gone. Baked potato. See you later. You're off. Back to the Championship. We are so lucky in this aspect that those other three teams just are that bad. We are that lucky. In that aspect, we have had luck on our side this season. Maybe the football got that. Don't even get me going there. And Ange talks about the football gods. Mate, he wants to be on his hands and knees and preaching to God. Let alone the fucking football gods. You know, what he actually needs to do is go into a place like that and sit there with somebody, you know, like behind the closed door and whatever, and like just let it out what he's done wrong. That is how bad this man is as a manager. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your mate, because I'll bite my tongue off. I ain't good at pronouncing names, so sorry, fella, but I'll just call you BG. And lack of discipline, lack of tactics, lack of quality. That's happening. 100%, mate. It has been happening since those first 10 games of the fucking season, of last season at that. Koi's 87. He's not a nice guy. I don't know. I haven't had a beer with a fella, but I don't care. Fuck off. And the mighty cockerel, I swear you can go by streams in 2023 and they are talking the same things every time. Look, at least when we had Conte, we was in fourth place. People didn't like defending football. People didn't like Conte and Mourinho. And they had a much worse team than he had. They had a much worse team in a lot of ways. Fine, they had Harry Kane on form and Son on form, who carried them. I'll give it that. But the rest of it, what? Longley, Dyer, Davis, Sanchez, Emerson fucking Royale. Need I say more? Now, I like Italian football. That's just, everyone's got their own way. I like it. Solid defence, 5 at the back, wing backs, obviously. Take it, right. 3 direct balls forward. 1, 2, 3, bang, straight in the back of the net. That's Italian football. That's why I personally like it. Others don't. Fine. Well, people, you got what you wanted. A lot of people, a lot of Spurs fans. You got this so-called attacking manager. Really? Dietrich, I'll be with you in a minute, mate. I've got to say hello to a few people. And CEM, lack of competent manager too. Yes. Koi 87, big up, mate. His interviews tell you that. I know, I didn't even watch it. I just read it, and that just took the piss on its own. And we are Spurs TV. If Tesla got his way, electricity would be free. Yeah, well. Lily White Lane, how you doing, mate? Good to hear from you. If you want to come on, mate, leave me a message on WhatsApp. You're more than welcome to come on here, because I think you'd actually be quite amusing with your opinion on this one. Evening, Dan. Everything that made us get behind this bloke in the first place has gone. He's gone back on. The good football, the humble attitude, the reality. Mate, you're right. You are absolutely right. It is true. I mean, I think this goes a bit deeper. I think there is more to it. But at the end of the day, you're not going to make me think otherwise. This manager is fucking shit. Koi 87, Richarlison is better. Don't that just tell you everything? I mean, how much did we spend on our front three? Of Johnson, Richarlison, Solanke, I think that's over, what, 100? What, if I'm working at a house? That's over 150 million on 3 players like that.
Actually, it's almost 200.
D-Tricks, mate, you didn't have to say that.
I swear to God, it's almost 200. I'm not taking the piss.
Mate, I'll be with you in a couple of minutes, mate. I just
Yeah.
got to go
No
through a
worries, no
few here
worries.
because I didn't catch up with people. We are Spurs TV, but he's never fit. Yeah, is anyone ever fit at Spurs? Because half the players that were injured, I'd say half of them was down to his fucking tactics. I mean, what absolute dickhead goes and plays a game like against Chelsea? Like, obviously we want to win, but we never do win or whatever. But goes and puts your two of your most important players, and probably his most important player for the crazy tactics that he uses, Van der Ven, so he can keep sprinting back and doing 100 meters about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times every fucking game, and goes and plays them half fit against Chelsea. And then this dickhead can't work out why we got injuries. And then there's other people giving him excuses. He's got injuries. He caused most of those injuries. It's his tactics. Well, some people just wake up and see it. This man is not good enough. Fact. There's no ifs and buts, 99.9% about it. He ain't good enough. I know I just keep repeating myself, but like people said earlier, what the fuck else is there to say? PMZ Films, big up to you, mate. According to Ange, we played some good for. I know. I just ain't. I know. Cold shot. To be honest, Ricky is a better carrier Prem than Dominic. I mean, Dominic Solanke. Wow. I know he doesn't get played to what he's best at, but wow, anything like that today, 65 million. 65. What the fuck is this club about? Lillywhite, I honestly think all of our players would do better in a different system. I totally agree, and I've been saying it for nearly 2 years, mate. But that doesn't necessarily mean I think they're great players. They're good, if that, pretty average. I think if you put this team in a Conte style sort of full, I think you will see a good enough team to fight for a top 7 place. We ain't no top 4 team. No, we bloody ain't. But I think this. Go on,
Sorry, I'll be right back. I'll just switch devices. Give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine, mate. That's fine. I think you will see better. I mean, if it takes 2 years and the players are not getting your style of football, and you've got most of these players, then that's got to tell you you're doing something wrong. The phrase I keep using, play poker. Anyone who does understands it. You play with the cards you got. You can only bluff so much. And then next thing you know, the man who's been watching you all the time literally wipes you off the floor with everything. We are Spurs TV. Big up, mate. Ange's delusional and out of his depth. Clown. Yeah, 100%. I'm not even saying he can't manage football. Sticking back to Scotland, that is his depth. And there is a reason the Scottish League is lower than the American League. That is where he belongs. I mean, if you really want to take the piss, I think we might as well just go back to Australia. Get a fucking kangaroo. I think it'd do a better job than this dickhead. Lillywhite Lane. My man comes out and says they're not doing it on purpose. It'd be more concerning if they were. No shit. I mean, honestly, he don't do himself no favours, does he? And Wayne, good evening. Dan, good evening, mate. Good evening, all. We need to score a goal in Germany. Yeah, a couple. And Lillywhite, again, he's extremely protagonising as if he's got a superior knowledge of football to all of us. You've managed in Australia, Japan and Scotland. Pipe down, mate. Exactly. Wind your neck in, fella. You ain't proved nothing. Well, you have. You've proved you're not good enough. And CEM saying, get this manager out is positive for the club. Yes, it is. Mate, I don't get... Just Ryan Mason, bring him in, mate. Get him out tonight and go get Ryan Mason in there. 6 games left. Do you know what? Fuck off and say get Gareth Southgate in. I don't. Go get a monkey in there for all I care. He's not going to be as bad as this manager. Koi's 87. I took Richarlison 10 minutes to score. Then Richarlison had a couple of months of games. He's not a good player. But you put him and Solanke there, he's very like, you ain't got much option. But he asked for Solanke. It was the man he wanted. Lee White saying, big up all in chat. Hope everyone's having a good Sunday. Yeah, well, Romero was straight down the tunnel, isn't in the leadership trio. Well, where was he today? Sent a 19 to the talking, shocking behaviour. Romero, I'm going to mention a couple of players in a minute. Romero was bad today. He was bad. That is probably the worst game I've seen him play. He was absolutely shocking. Yes, we can say other players are, but people still say he is a world-class defender. No, he's not. On his day, he's very, very good. Romero is not world-class. Not for me. World-class goes and does it anywhere they can. Maybe they can't get up to their standards because of the club, but they still give it their all. They still stand out. The only way he stood out today was how shit he was. On his day, good player, very good. I don't deny it. But he's not world-class. Not for me, anyway. I mean, whatever turned you on at the end of the day, each to their own. Everyone's opinion, fine by me. And Razor, he's so out of his depth, it's scary. I mean, seriously, this man's so out of his depth, he'd drown in like a little kid's swimming pool. That is how out his depth he is. Go put him in some little 4-foot pool and that, he would drown in it. That is how much out of his depth this manager is. Spurs Royal, big up. Must be much power, lower payout if he doesn't make Europe. I don't think he's got 12 million sitting there when he gets to sack. I don't really think he cares. I mean, culture. I don't mind having two players with a high line, but man, what does it take to add at least one more player to the back just to be ready for a counter attack? At least have a defensive midfielder there. I mean, two at the back is crazy on its own, the way that are inverted up to a 10. But then you have a DM, a defensive midfielder. Make him an anchor man, whatever you want to call the fucking thing. No, he sticks with two defenders there that he has not got a clue. And Razor, Crystal Palace hadn't won a game until they played us in October. Now they are 6 points ahead of us with a game in hand. It's crazy. It's just absolutely mental on how it's just gone. And Alex got mocked by so many for his opinions. Too right, he did. And he was the one who got most of this right and called it for everybody. So big up, Alex. I hold my hands up and say I questioned what he was talking about. In hindsight, he hit the nail on the fucking head, didn't he? Yes, he did. I mean, we are Spurs TV, tactics, Arteta boys. And Tom, big up to you, mate. Big up all. Mike Pepper, evening all. Finn Rickwood, big up Dan in the chat. Big up to you. Don't care anymore. It's like, I know the season's done for me. I know that. But when they go and perform like something like that, it's just absolutely. You're just like, how far does this actually have to go before people really start actually saying that this fella has got to go? I honestly do not know. And just going to play a super chat. Thanks a lot, AJ. Much appreciated, mate. Mate, he should have gone 18 months ago after the Chelsea scum game. And that night, everyone worked him out. Big up you, though. Big up to you too, mate. Thanks a lot. Much appreciated. I could even understand why they kept him after that game as such. It was only the 11th game, whatever. But I'm with you. This man should have been gone a very long time ago. So I'm just going to say hello to a couple more than Dietrichs. Spurs Royal payout is much less if we sacked him when Europe is impossible. Daniel 90. Ange's words after the game. It was a funny game. We played genuinely well. Nobody is happy after a loss, but he was happy with the way they played. Mate, I might as well give him a phone call and say, let's go have a beer, mate, and I'll see you next Thursday. Seriously, what an absolute clown this manager is. D-Trix, how we doing, fella?
I'm good, how are you?
Same Spurs, different day. I'm listening, mate. I'm listening. Say what you got to say.
Well, first of all, I want to say I hope you had a good watch. Enjoy your Sunday afternoon watching arguably one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life.
It was that bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that bad.
It was that bad, wasn't it? It was that bad. And people will say, but we scored 2 goals.
And the worst part is, on Thursday honestly like it's levels to today. On Thursday, I was more entertained than watching this crap.
I mean, seriously, people, where the fuck do we go?
I know.
I mean, honestly, go on, mate. Carry on.
Yeah, I'll carry on.
Carry on.
First of all, I want to say, Vicario, I'm actually disappointed in you. I try to defend you every week, but today you had arguably one of the worst games I've ever seen you had in this.
Let's go through the managers. Let's go through the players.
Yeah,
because I've got a couple of players.
Okay. Yeah, and how can you lose against this Wolves teams and concede 4 goals? Because the worst part is they were 2-0 up. We scored 1 goal, so now it's only a deficit of 1 goal. Yeah. And what do? We give them the 3 goals.
D-Trix, they had not scored more than 2 goals this year and half of last year.
I know.
And they go and turn us out. Like,
do you know what I like? Do you know what I like about Ange?
I bet you. No, just a quick one, D-Trix. I bet you some of those Spurs players, instead of going over to the other player, where you want the player's shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you most of them were going up to players and asking for their fucking underwear back.
Do you know what I like about Ange? He's the perfect Santa Claus. He always gives to others, but never receives. I love this manager. Actually, I like him.
Well, one thing I can tell you, he's definitely a taker. He ain't no giver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember when we were on Still Show and we all said that relegation's around the corner?
Yes.
Well, next season, be careful because it might happen.
If this dickhead don't go.
No.
I mean, seriously. I mean, D-Trix, they should get we're doing a better job than this fucking thing.
And you know the worst part then? I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I would not be surprised. That would be the most Spursy things if he carries us to Europa League final.
No, don't even go there, mate. Do you know what? I've said it before. You know what? This would be the only thing that would just mess with my head even more this season. And not that I would complain, is if we go and win that Europa Cup and get in the fucking Champions League and finish 7-8. I mean, seriously. Only Spurs could pull that fucking thing off. Only Spurs.
But then, I swear to God, I'm looking like the stars are written for us to go to the Europa League final. And you know the worst thing that really pissed me off? Seeing Jet Spence start, because I know, and he benched the whole defense. That means like Spence is not playing on the away game, and we need him.
Exactly.
And we need him.
Now, I get why he left some of the players out. I didn't think he actually put a bad set on the pitch today.
The defense, yes. The defense was right.
Yeah, but
the defense, he should have not done. No, he shouldn't.
Yeah.
Removing 3 players and 1 senior. I don't think that's...
Ben shouldn't have played.
That's fine.
We leaving 3 players out because we got Frankfurt, I dig that. I get that, When we got 20 days difference and he goes and changes 7 players, I don't understand, let alone get it. But I don't think the team he put out there was that bad. It was that bad.
It was that bad. It was that bad.
It was absolutely shocking. And people say when these injuries are, it's the injuries. When the injuries are, I mean, Sava hit the nail on the head earlier when he asked the question, and he asked it actually quite timidly. Does anybody actually think we would look worse now that we've got the full team? I think we actually look worse than when we had something like 8 or 10 players missing.
No, but you see my issue with it's not even with Ange. It's more with the fan base. When we were saying this a year ago, we were not saying this for views, click and views. We were saying this because it's actually true. And look what's happening.
And people saying we just do it because we want to get likes and subscribes. You don't get
Exactly.
likes and subscribes for saying it how it is. You really don't.
That's my point. And do you remember when I used to say like Pape Matasar is horrendous? Is one of the worst technical midfielders we have. One look today, he got subbed off in the 50th minute because he's that bad. But
I don't really
do you know what? Like honestly, I want to give you like a better like honestly a better analysis, but it's always the same crap every year, every game. I mean,
Go on. Sorry, I missed what you said there. I was reading.
no, I said like I want to give you like a better analysis of the game, but it's always the same crap every game. So I'm just repeating myself, and it's getting annoying.
And Alex has been saying this for about 3 months now. Again, Alex was the first one who come out with that. I said it on here. Then other people, when I went down the chat, were saying it. It has got to the point now where, do you know what? I don't need to do a show anymore. I might as well just record this crap and keep playing it every week.
You just change the title.
Yeah, it is the same bullshit week in, week out. I mean, let's go to a couple of players because I've got another show to go on soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Do
mean,
you want to
for
go
me-
from the? Do you want to go from the
me-
goalkeeper forward?
Oh yes, for me,
Okay.
I think Vicario is a very good shot stopper. I think he's a good keeper. I think we owe him credit because he has definitely stopped us getting some heavy defeats at times. I'm sorry, I'll say it how it is. That was one of the worst goalkeeping performances I have ever seen since that absolute dickhead at Liverpool when they lost that Champions League. Do you know what one I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Karius.
that was as bad as that. Now I'm not
See-
saying I'm not slating Vicario. I think he's a bad goalkeeper overall, and that he's not. He's good, but that performance today was as bad as that clown goalkeeper at Liverpool. You know when they lost it in the final.
I think Kinski beat him when we lost against Liverpool in the League Cup. I think that was worse. But it's top five worst performance.
That is one of the worst performances I've seen. Well, that is his worst. Let's go to Romero. Yeah, I mean, what the hell was that man? Do you know what? I feel sorry for Archie Gray for having Romero next to him today.
But you know what? You see when people criticize Poro, now you understand who's the actual mistake, who's the cancer of the defense. It's him. It's Romero. Because the issue with him, like he tries to be like, because he won the World Cup, he's feeling himself. He tries to do too much, and look what happens.
He's up the other end of the pitch half the time.
Like honestly, it was so simple. He just had to take a touch, pass it to the goalkeeper. Now he tried to fake it, missed the ball, and the guy had an open net.
It's true. I mean, no one.
And you know what? What annoys me with him? If he only spoke, because like he's the only senior, like I'll say senior that has the most experience and most like achievements in the team. He never speaks to his defenders. You gotta talk. Archie Gray is not even a right back. You're not even there helping him. I mean, honestly, I'm done with him. I think he's the first one that needs to be sold. I think he needs to be sold over Basuma this summer. He needs to go.
Do you know what? Like I said,
he needs to go.
I think he's a good defender. Yeah, on his day, he's a very good defender. But one thing I will say here, and I mean this, for me, honestly, I think Romero has been one of the most overrated players at this club since a very long time.
Yeah,
I think he's very good, but people go on about him like he's Paolo Maldini.
No, I think he's a better. For example, I think he's a better center back than Konate. Mm-hmm. But now at Spurs, I don't think that's the right moment for him. I think he needs development too. I think he needs a Diego Simeone. He needs an Inzaghi, someone that can be there around his shoulder and help him. I don't think at Spurs he can carry like that amount of responsibility. Maybe that's the case.
like I said, I think he is a very good player on his day. No two ways about it. Yeah?
Hmm.
But the way some people have gone on about him, they do literally make it out like he is Paolo Maldini. Paolo Maldini. They
Yeah.
literally do. They make him out to just be that much better than he actually is. And then when you go and have a game like this, you get judged for being that high, as far as I'm concerned.
Exactly.
Do you know what? He even made, and this is no disrespect to Archie Gray. Again, thank God Ian ain't on here because otherwise the show would never end with it. And he don't even play as a centre back, and he hasn't even really been that good as a centre back. But he's been respectable. A young fella that's put in a position he don't bloody play. Why we even bought him, I will never know. But he's been respectable.
If
Romero was that bad today, Dietrich, that he made Archie Gray look like the World Cup winner, as far as I'm concerned.
But he even made Danso as like the next big center back, and Danso is not even like world class or like top class. He's just normal. Honestly, I'm waiting for Danso to come back because I don't want to see Romero ever play again. I think he needs to be sold. I think his career at Spurs is done.
Yeah, I mean, some might say his heart ain't with it. Yeah, maybe it's that. I do think he's a very good defender. I just don't think he's world class.
Yeah, and I don't want to be. I don't want to sound racist or anything, but I don't want to ever want to see an Argentinian at Spurs ever again. I'm done. I'm done with them and Brazilians. I'm done. I don't want to see them at Spurs.
I mean, they never seem to make it at Spurs, do they?
Yeah, they never make it. I'm done.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Lamella could have been brilliant, but I mean, he had Christopher, he had Weetabix.
Whoa, we had Alejo Veliz flopped, Lo Celso flopped, Romero flopped. Like, there's so many.
And then we get the Brazilian number 9 who just don't play. Right, come on, we'll keep going, yeah. I mean, for me, Gray, I think Gray actually had a respectable match. Why? It was probably because also everyone was that bad. But like I said to you, I actually felt sorry for Gray today for the fact that he had Romero next to him and the way Romero played.
No, I feel bad for him, but there's one really big issue I have with this guy. He doesn't excel at anything. You see Bergval, when I see him, he's good at, he's tidy, he can turn. He can drive with the ball. When I see Archie Gray, nobody can name me one thing that he excels at. He's not a good tackler. He's not a good passer. His positioning is average. He's not a good shooter. So what he is exactly? For me, he's a steady Yeti, but I don't want to see that at Spurs. I think we need better than him.
No, the thing is, none of us actually know what he is. I don't even think he knows.
Even at DM, I don't think he's a DM.
I ain't even going to go that far because the poor. I don't want to get into a fucking Archie Gray chat. I've got Stel's channel to do that with Ian later. No, sorry, I'm going on Savage channel next. So,
then Ian. No, then Stel, I mean.
Yeah, I've got 2 chances, so I just find.
But we all know. Dan, I know you're going to mention Archie Gray and it's going to kick off. So I know you.
Yeah, but you can't help but mention him in this. I felt sorry for that boy today. I truly did. I literally, where you literally, I felt sorry for him. I might as well have got a fucking candle that I got christened with when I was 2 years old. I felt for that poor boy today. That is how bad Romero played, in my opinion. No, bollocks, in my opinion. Fact. He was shocking today. I think Archie Gray had a respectable game. Ben Davies, what more do you want to say? It's Ben Davies.
Ben Davies was one of the worst defenders today.
He wasn't worse than Romero.
Did you forget?
Defenders were bad.
No, he was pretty bad.
Yeah, he wasn't worse than Romero. Not for me today. Ben Davies was poor, piss poor, but he was not worse than Romero.
No, the problem with him, he's too slow. Like the way we play, we need Van de Ven. We need pace. And him being there, like he's just like he just brings more like issues than actually good. When we played 3 at the back under Conte, it helped him because he had like 2 other center backs next to him. But now,
hang on a sec, Dietrich.
Yeah.
Shadow play. I mean, what you've just said there, from an outsider looking in and seeing the Aussie fans defending Ange, I can tell them men play EA, basically play FIFA on beginner difficulty with the setting up to 100 and still lose their career mode. You just banged the nail on the fucking head, mate. 100%. The way we even play football, it is the way you play FIFA. I mean, I don't know how many people play, but I love my computer games. The way you play FIFA is get down there, sweat ball it across, tap it in the back of the net. That's all you got to do. And that, mate, you just banged the nail on the head. 100% respect. You just hit the nail on the head for me. Anyway, Dietrich's gone. Sorry to interrupt you, mate.
No. I said what I'd say. I don't think he's good enough. And what more do you need to say? People said we had give him another year and stuff, but I think he needs to go.
Yes. I mean, one thing I will say about Davis, he's usually a steady Eddie when he comes.
No, he's not.
When he does his job, but
No,
I'm not saying he's good. I'm not saying he's good.
Like, even his job, he doesn't do it right.
I mean, what one of them bloody do? I mean, Saturday for me.
Sorry.
When I say he made little impact today, yeah. I mean, again, that might as well have been another player not on the bloody pitch.
Do you understand why I call him the Senegalese Speedy Gonzalez? He just runs.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything.
He's in the wrong sport for me.
Yeah.
He should be a sprinter.
Even the way his body is built, like, he's not a footballer. I think he's just a sprinter.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I can totally agree with that.
Even the first goal, like, he didn't even need to foul the player. He didn't have to. But he did it because he's not. Yeah. And even Koi's just said it. I think Skip and Harry Winks were better players than him. And Oliver Skip was pretty bad.
You know what, mate? I want to debate that, yeah. I can't.
But you can't. Nobody can.
Oh, I can't. And then we go over to Basuma. Another one.
No, the helium intake here. It's a helium.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably what he's doing at the moment to try and make himself smile. You know what? That's probably what the rest of the team have gone. They've probably gone to the back of Basuma's car and said, "You still got any of those balloons in there, mate?" Yeah, we have. So they go out the back and do the balloons because that's going to give them more motivation and smile than that fucking dickhead manager sitting next to him, who's telling them they played good. So they think, you know what? The lack of motivation here, fuck it. Let's go to Basuma's car and get on it. Anyway, go on.
I don't even remember seeing Basuma do anything on the pitch. At least, sorry, he got a foul and we conceded a goal. At least I remember that, but now you understand. Now you understand why Ange froze him out of the team.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what do you want me to say? Right, now we go to Maddison. Yeah. Now for me,
can I speak on him?
He was our best player in the first half. I'm not saying that's good. And in the second half, sloppy was an understatement. How many times did he lose that ball? Mm-hmm. I mean, for me, he had a shocking game as well. But he was our best player in the first half. I mean, the fact that I give him a 4 just for the first half says it all. Go for it.
Like, I know Silva defends him a lot and like try to like find excuses with him, which is fair. It's fair.
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player. But you know what I see with him? I just see an underage kid that put what's it called? That put like, you know, the cream to grow a beard. That's the only thing I see with him. I see a man child.
Do you know what?
He cries too much.
Yes, I've said something like this before. Now I rate Maddison. We don't play him the right way. He's crowded up as a number 10 position with the others on there and everything. I totally agree with it. We could see a lot more out of him. But one thing you can't deny. He's a bitch. He's a little bitch. When he gets moody and it ain't going right, and he's meant to be our second captain, he gets all bitchy and moody on the pitch, doesn't he?
But like even the way he acts, like I just honestly like I don't see a man. Like he has 2-3 kids. At the bare minimum, I need to see a man like that can actually carry himself, like be the leader we need. He does nothing right. Even the free kick. Did you remember the free kick he took?
Yeah.
I think he needs to go too. I think he just went to Spurs for them. I just think he went to Spurs for the money.
No, he went to Spurs because his wife wanted to go to London, and he blatantly stated that.
Like honestly,
I've got to disagree with that, mate.
No. I can name you better. I can name you better number 10s on the market are cheaper.
Oh, yeah, but
I want him gone.
This one I would keep at the club because I think we play in the right way. We see a lot. I mean, and Colshot has just said this, like same as you. Maddison is a bit of a child. He cries too much. He is. He's a bitch. I've said it before. He's a little bitch. When he gets moody, he might as well just get. He might as well just get his toy out his arse and throw it on the floor. I mean, he probably left it in there the night before. Who knows what he gets up to? But when you run and play like that today, you definitely had something up your ass. Now with other players, I mean Johnson.
No, light skin Beetlejuice. Don't ever Johnson is too nice. Don't ever mention that name. I think I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, but like, if he spent more time trying to perfect his craft instead of shushing the away fans, we would see a better player. But he does nothing right.
You know what? That's a fair point because the one thing we can't take away from the man, he has scored 16 goals. Yeah, and
he did.
That's all he's done. He has scored. If it weren't for those 16 goals, we'd be in the relegation. To say that Brennan Johnson carried you through your season, yeah, Brennan Johnson carried us through this season. That just about says how bad it is, mate. To me, the player. He gets in that good position and he taps it in. I'll give him that, yeah. And he's actually quite good at it, yeah. Running with the ball, when the ball comes to his foot, it usually bounces about 2 yards off him. Taking his man on, I mean, you can tell he can't.
You see, you can't even speak.
He can't cross.
No, but you see, you can't even speak because you have to be careful what you say because he's that bad.
Yes. Now, I speak my mind. I say what I want to say, but I just know there's certain things you can't say, and I can't fucking say it.
That's the thing. So I think it's better if you move on because there's nothing much to say. He can't pass, he can't cross, he can't shoot. And he spends more time on Instagram instead of actually being a better footballer. Just like, it's actually funny. If you look at Madison, Solanke, and Brennan Johnson, they all have this similar tattoos, those stupid cartoon tattoos. And they all are the same mentality, crybabies. All three of them.
You know what? I can't say I've ever examined the tattoos. Do you know what? I'll have a look at that next time. I'll have a look at that, yeah? But just on the last bit I say about Johnson. And do you know what? I think you can even put Maddison on this one. I'm talking about personality now, not skill, yeah? With a couple of the players we got, and do you know what? I think Son has got this bad this season as well. Son has been terrible, but he didn't play today, so irrelevant, yeah? But you see Maddison and Johnson, they're meant to be footballers, aren't they? Yeah? I mean, how much do they get paid?
Players?
Yeah, they're footballers, yeah?
At least 70k and plus a week.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, Johnson is meant to be a footballer, and Maddison, and the way they act on that pitch half the time, you'd think their balls ain't even got, let alone fucking play football.
They didn't even hit puberty.
You know what I'm saying? It is a bunch of little bitches. And Solanke today, wow.
Can I tell you a fun fact?
I never, ever thought. I mean, I've defended him a bit, yeah, in the fact that we do play him the wrong way. He is not a fucking target man. And maybe we could see 10 goals a season out of him. Yeah, great. 65 million, 10 goals. Wicked play. No, but we do play him the wrong way, same as most of that team. But the day I sat here, 2 days, after a debate about it a couple of days ago, that I was actually sitting there wanting Richarlison to come on that pitch because I thought he would be better than our 65 million striker. I think about that just says it all, doesn't it?
But you see, you try to defend him. I remember watching your show against Salvo, and I even specifically said And even Sava said something crazy where he said like he would rather see Richie than Solanke. I think that's a crazy statement. But today showed Richie has more goals than Solanke in that span.
I take it back. I got it wrong. I got it wrong, people. I got that one wrong. I got that one wrong.
The problem with him, the
I
ball
think
bounces. He can't. No, he just can't. The ball bounces out of him. His positioning is horrendous. And like other than running and sprinting, is that enough to be a striker?
No, not
So
when
he's
you're
not
not
good.
good at kick. Not
And I
when you're
remember,
not good at finishing.
and I'll never forget those videos when people say, "Oh, he's finally the Kane replacement. Oh, he's good enough." No.
Look, I didn't want him from day one. Yeah, and
Me
the
neither.
only way I do defend him, like I will do several players on that team at times, is because they are just played totally out of sync. Yeah. Some players are quality players. They've got it in the head. They can play there, and there. Some players can only do one thing, and that don't even make them a bad player to me. Yeah, they're just good at what they do. Where some players are more all rounders, can adapt to different systems. Some players can't. They just can't do it. Yeah. Solanke, for me today, yeah, I take everything back. I got it wrong, totally wrong. He's fucking diabolical with that performance, the fact that I wanted Richie to come back on there, and the fact that even the fans were going on, let get Richie on the pitch. I never thought I would hear that in a lifetime. That is how bad Solanke was today.
And I hate Richie, by the way.
I think
despise
he's
Richie.
as well. I think he's terrible. But I would rather see him start against Frankfurt than Solanke.
Yeah.
Wow. Just wow, innit? It's just. And did you ever think you'd hear yourself say something like that? That you would rather have a striker and you would rather, I mean, forget that it was Solanke, but that we pay 65 million for a striker and then you'd rather Richie came on over him.
Usually, when you spend 65 million, he's supposed to give you at least 20 goals a season, minimum.
At least 15 to 20. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how many has he scored? 7?
7 Prem.
And then some people come on and say that he scored against the big boys. Okay, whatever. I mean, what's that saying there? Wait, we got our own league.
No, but
I've been told that a few times.
But now the problem,
mate, you just say it how it is, mate. There's no point of bullshitting. There's no point of lying about it. There's no point of blowing someone's sunshine up someone's ass when they don't deserve it. And when they're good, I'll give them credit. When they're bad, like today, when I say slated, we should have every single one of those players with that manager in an old school, like, you know, something back in like before Christ, and they deserve a whipping for that. You know, with those dirty leather ones with the bloody nails on it. That's what they deserve with that performance today.
Do you remember on when we signed Solanke and he made this the interview like to welcome Spurs, and he said like he has many celebrations of anime like that he wants to show the fans. Honestly, I think he only did 7 celebrations. He still has like at least 30 celebrations he still has to do. But the guy just don't score. So you're never gonna see them at Spurs. And if we had like a proper owners like the Saudi, they would have sold them this summer. Just like they did with Chris Wood.
Yeah. And we could have got money with him. Same as Son should have been gone 2 years ago, but he wasn't the problem today. And that is one of the problems at this club. We are too accepting. We are too nice. Another thing, when will a few people understand and wake up and smell the coffee that whether you like it or not, whether it's right or wrong, whether it should or shouldn't be, it is a dog-eat-dog world. You do not get to the top through being nice. Sad, but very true, especially in football. Dog-eat-dog. You want that team to win. When the player's going downhill slowly, and you can still get 60 million for him, he's got to go. But we purely know he's there on PR.
That's how Ronaldo made it for almost like 20 years. You have to be mean, you have to be disrespectful, you cannot be friends.
Exactly. I mean, even to the point when he went to Juventus, people said, what were you doing paying, what was it, 60 mil, 70 mil they paid for him?
No, 100 mil. 100 million euros. Yeah, it was 100 million.
So that's about 80 million then, yeah?
Yeah.
They made 3 times that in one day. 3 times.
And even if when you, because I watched the documentary, like I think it was All or Nothing Juventus, and everyone said on the pitch he's the worst, but he's a winner. He's not nice.
There,
Like he puts you accountable, even himself. If he misses in the open net, he stays after the game, and he's gonna recreate that shot at least 100 times, so it doesn't happen the next game.
That's a winner. Whether it's a business club, whether it's a bloody ice cream van, whether you're a bloody footballer, whatever. I'm sorry, you do not get to the top through being nice. You don't do
Even
it. Dog eat dog, and we ain't dog eat dog. We keep that dog and then keep it longer and then keep it till it gets fat and can't walk anymore, and then to the point where you have to put it down and you can't bloody sell it. That's what we do.
even the defender Benatia, when he was at Juve, he was in an interview and he said, "We went to another club, like it's basically their FA Cup in Italy, and they didn't play him and Ronaldo." Do you know what Ronaldo said? They arrived to Turin and they said like, let's go train. He's like, we just played the game. No, we just watched the game for 90 minutes. He's like, no, I need to train. These players, even if let's say all of them they fucked up today, watch them. All of them are not gonna stay after in the training session and improve themselves. No, they're gonna go home and pretend like it was another day at the office. Doesn't matter.
Like David Beckham used to do, night after night after night, go home and start kicking the ball through that tire and everything like he used to do. I read his autobiography and that.
Even Berbatov, he used to say like he after every night takes the ball and just starts juggling. But these players are too busy going on IG Live and just being idiots. Or watching cartoon or watching Harry Potter. That's all they do. Every game. Because even, do you remember when I think it was, we lost against Chelsea. The next day we have the Spurs admin taking a video of the Spurs players wearing suits. I'm like, we just lost. Now you want to promote the official brand of Spurs? Come on.
But we succeed in life, don't we, Dietrich?
Exactly.
We succeed in life, don't we? I mean, seriously, this season for me is done and dusted. I said that before this game, but it just cannot end quick enough for me. You know what? Even if we go and get knocked out by Frankfurt and he gets the sack, then fuck it. I don't care. Just somebody, please, just get this idiot out of this club. And again, I repeat myself: wake up and smell the coffee, people. This man is not good enough. See, I've just said it nice now. I've calmed down a bit. I don't usually get rattled. That wasn't even rattled. That was just pissed off. That is frustration. Just.
Do you want to talk about Tell?
Do you know about the other thing as well?
Yeah.
Even when it comes to the bloody protests, we start singing "Leave you out, leave you out, leave you out."
No.
Bloody out Kulusevski. What the fuck's Kulusevski got to do with it?
No, I can talk about a protest because I'm not in the protest, but I'll say what I think. I think the protest is a bloody waste of time, and I'll tell you why. That's my opinion. What's the point of singing Kulusevski songs? What's the point of going there, marching in, and then going inside the stadium and spending the amount of money? If you want a correct protest, you have to cancel the game. You don't win in life by being nice. I'm not saying go and destroy the stadium or beat up someone. I'm not saying that. I'm against violence. I don't promote that. But you need to make your voice heard, and it's not by saying Kulusevski.
Exactly. You need to become.
And I'm sorry. I'm not going against the protesters, but it's a bloody waste of time if others act this way. It's a waste of time.
We shall see on
look, Cold Shot said, I want the car flips. Honestly, if it was in France, I would 100% promote that. But I know in England they have different rules. I get it. But we need to cancel a game the same way Man U did.
Exactly.
And then the next day, do you know what they get? The Glazers sell 25% of the club and they get Jim Ratcliffe.
That's what I mean. You've got to become a problem.
A problem. But problem.
And being a threat isn't just violence, yeah? Being a threat is when someone is a threat to your business because they're better than you or something like that. I'm not the very best at putting things. You've got to become, you want to get heard. It's dog eat dog, like I said. You've got to be a problem. You've got to be a threat. Not fucking walk down the road and start singing about Kulusevski. Now, the protest, I was there. It was good, everything. But the thing that pissed me off with it was the Kulusevski bit. The rest of it, fine. But why the fuck have we got to sing Levy out and then talk about Kulusevski, the man who, when we got absolutely smashed on the pitch, tells us we succeeded in life? What the hell has he even got to do with it?
Exactly.
That bit I just don't get. The rest of it, I'm with it. I was there. It was good.
No, but I'll just give an example. Yeah,
But that bit, I just don't get it.
I'll just give an example. You see, DV, there's one thing he hates is when people make him uncomfortable. Do you know what I would do personally? Every time I see him, I would just stare at him. I'm not saying go break in his house. I'm not saying that. You can stay away in the street and just protest. You're allowed. Go in front of his buildings. Go in front of like anything he owns, Enoch, and be in front of the office and make it bloody uncomfortable.
Mate, there's a few things I could say on here and I won't, because there's a few things that I've seen in my life that makes people get hurt, and it doesn't have to be violence. It doesn't have to be physical.
Yeah, and the two marks just say the megaphone. Even when I was watching the videos, it's not even coordinated the way they sing the songs. It's just out of nowhere. Someone just sings in the middle of the queue. No, you have to have a leader, and he decides what's gonna happen. But that's the thing. In the protest is the perfect example of Spurs. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Same way as the manager, same way as the director, same way as the fans. Nobody knows what they want. That's my opinion. I know I'm gonna get crucified by the protesters, but that's my personal opinion.
On certain things you've said, I totally agree with you. Do you know what? Just go and get 9-10 of your mates. Go sit across the road. Just go sit across the road. Don't do nothing.
Yeah, in front of Enoch, in front of Taviskar. Just sit in front and just wait for him.
Just go.
It's not illegal.
Just go. No. It's public. It's public. Just go sit down. Just you know. But let's leave that out of it, because otherwise, some that just goes too deep. Yeah. But my point is, you don't get taken seriously until you become a threat or until you become a problem. Tottenham don't get taken seriously because we are not a threat. We are not a problem. So nobody takes us seriously. Isn't that a prime example, wouldn't you say?
Sorry, what was the question? Sorry.
Tottenham don't get taken seriously because we are not a threat. We are not a problem.
100%. But do you know where it starts? Do you remember, like in the revolution, like an industrial revolution? It started with the workers. At Spurs, it needs to start with the fans. If you want to be taken seriously, you gotta take yourself seriously. It's not by taking a muppet at the Spurs stadium and start like winking like an idiot. You have to go there and be a threat. I'm not saying beat up someone. I'm just saying be a threat. Be uncomfortable.
I understand what you're saying.
No, I'm saying like others, because I know they're not going to understand that.
But a threat is someone who can take your business.
Yeah.
It's not about physical and beating someone up. And that.
No.
Like I said, you got to become a problem. The way you win things is you get inside someone's head. That is how you win things. And what I mean by that is as a player as well. Players were shit scared to play players like Messi, like Ronaldo, obviously because they're that good, but also because it got in their head at how good they are. Players used to be scared to play against Ibrahimovic, for God's sake, because of how physical he used to be sometimes. Yeah.
Do you know
when they are scared of playing another player, that is when you also make mistakes, isn't it? Nobody's scared of Spurs.
No, do you know which mentality we need to take example? Roy Keane. He was the definition of making players uncomfortable. Even his looks made others uncomfortable.
And the only other one like that I can think of,
the only one that stood up to him was Vieira.
That was Patrick Vieira, and
he's the only one that stood up in front of him.
I thought Patrick Vieira was one of the best midfielders the Premiership's ever seen in my eyes. And he's an Arsenal player. Fuck it. It is what it is. Him and Roy Keane, one of them two, they have got to be in my team. I used to love seeing them two kick off when they have the round. Roy Keane is my ideal player that he's the first type of player I'd pick on a pitch. You've got to have someone on there who's got a pair of bollocks on him, who can be a captain, who can do something. You ain't got to be the most skillful one out there.
Can I?
But what leaders have we got on that pitch? No one. We haven't got a single leader on that pitch. A few months back, I would have said, yeah, Romero seems like the more leader type sort of thing because he's got the attitude. But he just don't give a fuck, so he's out the window. You know what? We should never have sold Højbjerg.
I've always said I wanted Højbjerg out, but if you told me we're getting Archie Gray in return, no.
He was one that I said needed to go in the long. I put it in a box of three, basically. The players that definitely needed to go, the players that needed to go, and the players that, okay, if we keep him another season, fine, but he's got to go as well. For me, Højbjerg was on the bottom of the list of players that actually had to go. At least the man had a pair of balls on him. At least the man could get stuck into a game. And I mean, it's like, yeah, what you're saying here, Wayne, Robert Perez, yeah, quality player, but he weren't my type of player. He weren't We're Keen sort of type, defensive, aggressive midfielder. That's what we're talking about, basically. The whole team was quality. You can't take it away from them. It absolutely was. It was. If you've got half a clue about football, you just be honest. There's no point in saying a player or a team is shit just because you don't like them. I think that makes people look like a bit of an idiot, if you ask me. But again, that's personal opinion. But you've got to have, I mean, the fact that we play two at the back, you've at least got to have that DM on there, ain't you, Dietrich?
In modern football, you need a DM. Even if you play two at the back, you need a DM. It's a must. Because he's the anchor. He's the one that's going to help build from the back. The ball always goes through the DM. That's how we succeeded. That's how every team that won a Prem had a DM. Rodri. What's his name? The one that plays, that used to play Liverpool. Dembele. Conte. You need a DM.
Every team that has won the Premier League has had a solid DM, isn't it?
Even the Champions League. What's his name? The one that used to play Madrid.
That's where Pep screwed it up with Chelsea, wasn't it? Because he didn't play his DM, wasn't it?
He didn't play Rodri, right? And he lost.
Yeah, but he didn't play him as a DM, did he?
No.
If I remember right. Yeah, he didn't use the defensive midfield position like he usually does, and that actually cost him the game, if I remember right.
Yeah.
As if I remember right. I mean, Mark, Archie Gray will be our future homegrown leader. Ange told us he grows leaders. We are a fucking shit show, mate. It is a joke, an absolute joke. And I know I'm gonna go on to other shows now, and I know other people are gonna watch other shows. There's about 3 I'm gonna be on, and others are gonna be on, and everything else and that. And as all you are gonna hear is the same thing, but I'm surprised. A few people are just gonna find it amusing. And then there's going to be someone there where it is literally people wake up and smell that fucking coffee. This man has got to go yesterday. This man should have gone 18 months ago. I mean, never employed. He was our 6th or 7th choice from what I heard. But you give him a chance. I agree with you, give someone a chance. But it was blatantly obvious after 6 months that this fella didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing.
Last thing I want to say, I respect the away fans. I respect their dedication, their passion, and the way they take their club seriously.
I feel sorry for them.
I feel sorry for them, but there's one thing I don't feel sorry for. You know what's going to happen. You know Ange is not the right manager. Why do you still go to away games? Why are you wasting your money or your time? Do you know the best protest? No away fans. Don't go to Frankfurt. It's a waste of time. Don't go.
Do you know what? I understand. I get your point. I get your point. But on the other side, it is also where their heart is.
No, but you need a statement.
I understand. You're right. It would be another one. No away fans turn up at an away game or an important European or cup game. The fans just don't turn up. But the problem is with a lot of our fans playing like this or 5-1 down against Liverpool, they still stand on the fucking side and start chanting the manager's name when we're sitting in about 14th place at the time and we're losing 5-1 for fuck's sake. You know what? The excuses that I said this at the start, Dietrich, so I don't know if you was watching. So this is the last thing I will say. Some of these Spurs fans, yeah, they make so many excuses for this manager that they might as well let their best friend in their house have sex with their wife about 3 or 4 times. Everyone finds out about it, and then he turns around and says, "Yeah, but my mate was drunk." Maybe I just see life differently to other people. Look, thanks for watching, everyone. Dietrich, legend, always coming on, always a laugh. AJ, thanks for the super chat, mate. People, if it's been a bit of a moody show, a bit depressing, I ain't going to apologise because I ain't got nothing positive to say, and I know you're going to go on other shows and watch the same stuff as well. This
Can
team, go on, mate, Dietrich.
No, last thing. Did you see what he said about Mikey Moore?
No.
His comments. He's like, we give. A reporter asked him why did he freeze out at Mikey Moore. He's like, oh, I gave him too much time. He's still young. I gave him way too many opportunities. He's not ready. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We're 15.
You play Timo Werner.
Exactly. And Matthias Tull and Mikey Moore, they're almost the same age. Why do you play one but not the other?
Oh, I do not know, but seriously, yeah. I mean, the way he stands on the side, I don't know if he's jacking up before he goes in the game or whatever. He's doing something, and it ain't right. Right, people. I've sent the link over to Savage Show. I know everyone's going to go watch it anyway, but please say HotspurHood Raid. And you will see me on there in about 10 minutes as well, same as you will tonight, because let's just say I've got a lot of energy being very pissed off tonight. People, thanks a lot. Good seeing everyone. Take care of yourselves. Dietrich, top man. Take it easy.
Take care.
I'ma turn it up and then I'm gonna take it down.